Hey YouTube, welcome to the next episode on my road trip photographing the American Southwest. I'm on my way to the Panamint Dunes, which are in central Death Valley National Park, down a pretty rough road, and just spent a couple days here camping at the end of the road here and photographing the dunes. So thanks for joining me. Yeah, if you decide to come out here to Panamint Dunes, I recommend you have high clearance and at least all-wheel drive. The road is pretty rough over its entire length. Yeah, and if you don't follow my advice, your car could end up looking something like this. Yeah, so here's the trailhead for the Panamint Dunes. The dunes are well out there. I think they're about 2-3 miles away. And it looks like there's a trail going out there. Anyway, so I'm going to spend a night here. That'll give me at least one sunset and a sunrise. Maybe I'll stay longer. We'll see. But I'm looking forward to getting out there and checking out the dunes. Well, the trail only lasted about 100 yards, but you can essentially just walk a straight line towards the dunes, making minor jogs here and there around local obstacles. Well, I got up here onto the dunes pretty close to sunset. There's only about 30 minutes left before the sun drops behind the ridge, so I'm just scurrying around looking for compositions and finding some pretty good ones. So anyway, better get to it. I literally only had about 20 minutes before losing the sunlight, but I was able to capture 3 or 4 images that I'm happy with. This first image highlights some of the more interesting ridge lines on the dunes, graced with low-angle, warm sunlight. The second image is looking almost directly into the sun. I love how it highlights the summit of that peak in the upper right corner, with arcs of ridgetops below. And I love the simplicity of this vertical version. But I think this may be my favorite image from the shoot. I only had maybe 30 seconds to capture this little spot of light grazing across the ridge crest. And there goes my sun over the ridge. Yeah, I just realized I left my regular glasses down in the van, so I'll be navigating back in the dark with no glasses, but it's not a big deal. It is a full moon. I've got headlamp and pretty obvious peak, telescope peak is the main peak out there. Just walk that way and I'll find my van. Anyway, so this is kind of interesting, this little branch up here way on top of the dune. It's surrounded by bird tracks, so I think for some reason a bird must have brought this up. Yeah, those are bird tracks, pretty large bird. Tracks are about probably over 3, maybe probably 4 inches long. So I would guess that this is the work of a raven. The tracks are the right size, and ravens are known to play with sticks. It is coming up on when raven mating season can start. My guess is that one raven brought this stick to another as a pair bonding gift. 5:30 a.m. heading up to the Panamint Dunes again for sunrise shot. Sun's going to rise in about an hour and a half and then clear the ridge to illuminate the dunes in about 2 hours. So there's a very rough trail at the start, but that only lasts for about 100 yards. And then after that, it's pretty much cross country. But the brush is pretty widely dispersed, so it's pretty easy walking. But it is off trail, so you have to be prepared for that and in the dark. I have the luxury of a full moon tonight, which helps for sure. At least I can see the dunes in the distance and know where to walk. All right, I'm on the dunes. The sun is about probably 20 minutes away from cresting over the ridge. So my plan is to start off in the south west corner of the dunes and then kind of work my way east and northeast from there, or north. So sort of start in that south west quadrant and then work maybe towards the center of the dunes. So that's the plan. I'm gonna look around here, I don't think I'm going to go to the top of that dune, but maybe along the base of it, and then wait for the sun to rise and show, you know, where the textures are, where the forms are, and such. It looks kind of, you know, kind of flat without the sun on it. So also, since I'll be working kind of in this area, I'm going to leave my footprints on like the left side of this ridge, for example, if I'm going to be working in the right hand area, so that my footprints are not visible from over there. Another consideration is to maybe start high in the dunes, because that's where the sun will touch the dunes first, and then kind of work my way down. This looks like a potentially promising composition. There's some good texture in the foreground, sun's coming up on the right, and this nice arcing ridge line surrounded with in this little valley here with these little bushes. I think that looks kind of cool. I think I'm going to hang out here, get set up. The sun's just coming over the ridge now. Here in this first image, the texture is just starting to kick in. But it's this shot, a few minutes later, that is my favorite of the shoot. Here, the sun has reached into the swale to highlight the grasses, while still exhibiting good, strong texture in the foreground sand. Yeah, so at this point, I'm pretty much just running around, looking for textures in the foreground with good, interesting curved ridges in the background. There's probably only about 30 minutes of working time here, maybe. So anyway, just running around looking for compositions, trying to keep my own tracks out of my view, trying to dodge other people's tracks, and anyway, it's a lot of fun and beautiful morning. Well, that's my morning photo shoot at Panamint Dunes. There's probably no more than about 30 minutes of working time on the dunes once the sun cleared the ridge and hit the dunes. You quickly lose all the texture in the sand, but a lot of fun, a lot of running around on the sand looking for different compositions, and really enjoy that. Yeah, so thanks for joining me for some landscape photography at Panamint Dunes this morning and yesterday evening, and really appreciate you coming along.